All right, some of the other focus today, the African National Congress's National Executive Committee is convening this weekend to map out the party's future direction following its January 8th statement and, of course, birthday celebration. But also high on the agenda of the discussions is the potential disbandment of the KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng Provincial Executive Committees due to their underwhelming performance in last year's poll. SABC News political reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane is live to us from Boksburg now, where this meeting is taking place. Ntlantla, very good morning to you. Thanks indeed for your time. So I guess while there'll be a lot of reflection on the birthday celebrations, the January 8th statement, a lot of the talk now is about this possible disbandment of KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. That has been a hot topic for quite some time now. Do we expect some kind of way forward or clarity on this, Ntlantla, by the time this meeting adjourns?
Well, thank you so much, Griselda. Indeed, coming to you right here from Boksburg, where the ANC is going to be having its ordinary NEC meetings. And like you rightfully said there, that, a lot has been happening. The party about a week ago, has celebrated 113 years on the backdrop of the party's performance on the elections in 2024. We know that, Griselda. With that being said, there's a lot that has happened since, the elections took place, since the formation of government of national unity that is led by the ANC, the SABC, the alliance partner of the ANC, also are coming out there, Griselda, saying that they are going at elections independently, and also talks on the disbandment of two key provinces in the country. But with me, I'm with the ANC spokesperson Mahlengi. Thank you so much for your time. You guys have gathered here after January 8th. There's a lot to talk about. Local government elections are around the corner. The state of the party. You guys have gathered here. Just take us through what is going to be top of the agenda.
Thank you very much. Yes, of course, we've just come back from a January 8th celebration where the ANC marked 130 years, 13 years in existence, held in Khayelitsha, Cape Town, Western Cape. We are now at the National Executive Committee meeting. Key item on the agenda being receiving the report from national officials of the ANC on matters pertaining to Gauteng as well as KwaZulu-Natal provinces, looking at the state of organization, looking at developments, post-election developments in the province, looking at how do we rebuild and renew and assist these provinces to claw back and become the provinces indeed that reflect what the ANC should be all round. And I must hasten to say that focusing on KZN and Gauteng isn't just isolated to that. We are looking at all the provinces. We're looking at the performance of the National Executive Committee. We're looking at the performance of the National Working Committee. We're looking at the performance of all provinces. But given the electoral outcome, it became necessary to prioritize these two provinces.
Are you guys not afraid that as you go on this path of renewal, rebuilding, and also looking at what transpired, post-election, that that might continue to hinder, the ANC's path to uniting itself and finding its former glory?
A number of veterans of the ANC have often said we must prepare ourselves for a difficult journey in renewing the African National Congress. And part of it is really looking at whether our structures are strong, whether we have the membership that is able to serve society, whether our branches are rooted among communities, whether, in fact, we place emphasis on the fact that the ANC belongs to the people of South Africa in the way we conduct ourselves as leaders, in the way our structures work with communities, address challenges on the ground, whether it is crime, whether it's child-headed households, all of the things that the ANC had actually been good at doing on the ground, but we have lost the path in the last while, and that is hence the renewal of the ANC. So it is not going to be an easy exercise. Part of it is going to be look at ourselves critically, and part of looking at the Gauteng province and KwaZulu-Natal is exactly one of those difficult moments where we must confront the reality that we have suffered. Organizational presence is weakened in those two provinces, and it's about time that the national leadership, which according to the constitution is the NEC, entrusted with managing the affairs of the organization in between conferences, has an obligation to deal with those matters as we forge ahead to build unity. Remember, the renewal project places a lot of emphasis on uniting the organization, of defeating the demon of factionalism. And part of what we want to do across the country is to be able to actually build an ANC that belongs to the people, an ANC where everyone is welcome, and also build the structures that are in good standing, the branches that work, branch deployees that serve the people wherever they are deployed, whether as councillors or as ministers. That is what the renewal project and the rebuilding project is all about.
Well, thank you so much, Griselda. That was the ANC spokesperson, Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri, there, talking about the hard times that the ANC is going through, and also amongst the things that are going to be dealt with at this NEC meeting. You heard her saying that the issue of Gauteng and KZN top of the agenda, and also that it's not a personal attack. It's a difficult journey for the ANC, and I believe what she was trying to say was that this journey they have to go through it. With that being said, it's back to you in studio.
All right, Ntlantla, thank you very much indeed. We do appreciate your time. We wait to hear what decisions may be taken from that ANC NEC, in particular relating to Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, the ANC had hoped that it would perform very well in the elections in KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, remember in the run-up to the elections, you had quite a strong contingent of senior members of the party in KwaZulu-Natal hoping to make some inroads in that particular province. But of course, came the other party, of course, the MK party, of course, which did well in that particular province. But of course now the ANC, of course, at that NEC looking to dissect some of those challenges, which way it will go for Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal in terms of the committee members there. That certainly remains to be seen. All right.